What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 128. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my esteemed co-host, my brother, Nick. How you doing, buddy?
What's good? What's good, everybody? It's great to be here. Just thanks for having me on the show for the 128th time in a row. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Yeah.
Guys, we have a jammed, just absolutely
So jammed.
jam-packed. There's so much jam. We're making sandwiches up in here.
Let's we're making a little toasty up in here.
Yeah, well, we're talking about Summer Games Fest and everything in between and outside, and speculations of what we think could come in the future. Nick, it's an exciting time to be a gamer, Nick. I mean,
I love being a gamer.
I love being a gamer, gaming. But yeah, like you and I love E3, that E3 time frame. We had an absolute blast last year doing it at the beach, and this year is no different. We live streamed a couple of events. We weren't together, but we still got to enjoy a couple of streams and of course speculating and all that fun stuff. But we are going to be talking about all the things announced, shown off at the Games Fest.
Where'd my camera go? Sorry.
Yeah, what's your camera, Nick?
I did something. I pressed a button or something.
You press. But yeah, we're gonna talk about all the juicy details of the Game Fest and all the announcements and stuff like that. And we're not gonna hit on every single thing announced because there was a lot of stuff and a lot of just indie events and stuff. So we're gonna kind of bring out talk about our favorite stuff that got shown off and kind of and we'll probably rank the showcases that we saw at the end, the kind of the major ones, Capcom, Sony, Xbox, all that good stuff. But before we dive into that, Nick, how was your week?
I guess okay. My week was okay. It's been good for 127 weeks, but this one was just okay because my wife got COVID.
Yeah,
she got the COVID, and it was because of a work event that I had that she ended up coming to when we went downtown after our event. And then she was coughing Friday night, felt bad Saturday, and then felt really bad on Sunday and took a test and it was positive. So
did other people at that event get COVID as well?
Yes. So I had a meeting today and my director was like, hey, if anyone got COVID, just let us know. I'm like, I didn't, but my wife did. And we had both talked to him a lot that night, and he was like, "Oh, dang." So,
he had it.
No, I don't think he has it, but
okay.
He was with us the whole time, so he might be on the trajectory to get it if Alicia got it. So
out of all the thousands of weddings you guys attended and your own, it's just some random outing at a bar or whatever.
Yeah,
a restaurant.
Got through a bunch of weddings, our own wedding, our honeymoon, flights, airports, and one night downtown is what gets us. So I'm fine. I don't have it yet. I will keep you updated, but yeah, we'll see. But
yeah,
luckily she's doing better. She was not very well off yesterday. Had a 102-degree fever, and yeah, it was bad. But yeah, but she's doing better. Good. But Harrison, how's your week? How you doing?
It was good. I've just been watching the Games Fest. There's this one YouTuber I watch, and he's been doing a lot of cool. I'll shout him out. Nintendo Prime. He's been doing a lot of his own kind of festival or Summer Games Fest kind of thing. But he does. They'll do drinking games and just a whole bunch of stuff. So and he's been covering every event. So I've just been tuning in, when I can. So I've just been watching that. It's been a great week though. Just lots of gaming news and stuff, and taking in. Yeah, been working on
games have been shown off or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. So yeah, it's been a good week. But Nick, let's. I honestly have not really been playing a lot. I did play a little tiny bit of Halo Infinite, and I played a little tiny bit of the Fire Emblem Warriors demo. I don't really have much to say about that. I still think it's probably not for me.
Damn.
I think it plays better than Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity for sure. But
how far did you get?
I think I got past where you fight Byleth. So pretty short amount of time.
Okay.
But just the combat it didn't do it for me. Like, I don't know. I may try and beat the demo. We'll see, but I don't know. It's definitely gonna be a hard pass for me for sure.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
You hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
I, on the other hand, really enjoyed the demo. Once you get past kind of that first section and then choose your house to go to, it kind of opens up from there, and you're in this hub, and then it's kind of like Fire Emblem Three Houses, where you're talking to all of your classmates and you're doing like chores together, so to speak, to increase your like affiliations and support with each other, and then you can train and all this stuff between chapters. And then they're similar to Hyrule Warriors. There's kind of like side missions you can do, and if you, let's say, like bring this village 3 plums or whatever, they'll get resources, like kind of like that resource trading thing that was present in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, that was cool.
But the frame rate's a lot better than it was in Age of Calamity. It's a lot smoother, and I think that's because they try to put that grass in, that Breath of the Wild grass that really slowed that game down a lot.
Messed them up,
especially in the beginning of that game, which did not show well for that demo that they put out. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. I finished the demo with the Blue Lions, and I don't think I'm going to go through and play the rest of the demo with the other houses, but I think I'm going to pick it up and just play through Blue Lions, and then maybe play the other houses as well, because I'm pretty sure that they differ pretty greatly, which is cool. And it sounds like it sounds like there's more of a difference between houses in this game than there was in Three Houses, because in Three Houses you could kind of recruit people from the other classes. Like, you could essentially recruit everybody if you wanted to, whereas in this game it looks a little bit more limited, so it kind of increases that sense of replayability between the different routes you can take. So I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for not this Friday, but next Friday when it comes out. And speaking of houses or whatever, I finished Triangle Strategy this morning.
Nice.
Finished it up. I played like 5 hours yesterday. And was up to like 1 a.m. playing, because I just got to that point near the end and I was so like engrossed, and the story was really coming together, and I was making some extremely significant choices at the end of the game that were so impactful, and this game just comes together so well. I think the story is very well done. The combat is great. The character progression is amazing. This was a really, really, really great game. I want to play through and try to get the golden route, which is, doing everything, not everything correct, but doing everything where every side is, every side is satisfied with what you're doing. Yeah. So I want to go through and try that, but yeah, I really enjoyed my time with this game. It was excellent.
Sweet. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I tried the demo a little bit, and I
think I know what criticism you're about to give, and I agree.
Well, it's very wordy.
It's very wordy.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning when arguably it matters most that it makes a good impression.
Yeah.
Because it can take like 30 minutes between battles.
Yeah.
And that's just you clicking through text. And yeah, it is very wordy, especially at the beginning where they're trying to like give all this dialogue and background and context.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I mean, how many hours did it take for you to finish that thing?
I think it was about 33.
Okay. So decent amount.
What I've heard, it was on the shorter side. I heard that, it could take upwards of 50, and, I played on normal and didn't have to do that much grinding.
Okay.
But one thing I did love about this game, and I wish more like strategy RPG games did, is if you play, so like, let's say you're playing a map and you lose, you still keep all of that XP.
Okay.
And
That's cool.
any
I like
items
that.
that you used, like let's say like you used like some consumable items during that battle, you still keep those. So you can still use them again, but you keep your XP, you keep your levels. And it just makes like kind of like grinding so much easier because like you can just play through a map and if you're under leveled, you'll make one move, you'll do one turn and you'll get a level. You'll level up. So it kind of like the way the XP works is like if you're under leveled, you'll level up quickly. But if you're over leveled, you'll get like 2 XP for each move that you do. So you can't really over level, but it does get you leveled up pretty quickly. So yeah, definitely recommend this game for anyone who likes strategy RPGs. Like you said, Harrison, it's a little bit wordy.
Yeah.
But if you can kind of get past that and if you enjoy the story, then it's kind of worth it.
Cool.
Yeah. That's Triangle Strategy. Harrison, have you been playing anything else? I just want to.
Nope, that is pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I quickly an hour ago started Returnal with PlayStation Plus, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely a roguelike.
Yeah.
Lose all your stuff upon death, which is we'll see. We'll see how I end up liking it, but it's cool so far. Don't have much to say on it, but I'm enjoying it.
Sweet. Well, do you want to go ahead and just jump into the meat?
Let's dive right into this meat and potatoes, baby.
Let's get it. So do you want to? Did we talk about the PlayStation event? We did, right? We've already talked about that, right?
We did, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's just jump into the Summer Games Fest announcements. I've got a list of everything announced, so we can kind of talk about.
Good, because I forgot everything that was announced here, aside from a couple of items.
So I'll just kind of go down. They started with Street Fighter 6, which we got another look at it at the Capcom showcase today. And Nick, we kind of were talking, and we're kind of both intrigued. We're intrigued by it. I don't think either of us are big fighting game fans or play a lot of them. I play some here and there, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z. What is it? Fighters, and then I have played like Mortal Kombat and stuff in the past, and the newer ones. But this one looks interesting. Like it's got the hub world, and looks like they're doing something pretty different than typical fighting games usually are. They announced Aliens: Dark Descent, which is like a top-down perspective real-time strategy game, and that looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I love Aliens, so. I was hoping when they first dropped the trailer that it was going to be a sequel to Isolation, which I don't understand why there's not one yet. It still blows my mind. And then we got a good look at the Callisto Protocol.
Yes, this looks pretty incredible. I mean, it looks like it looks like Dead Space, but improved upon. I mean,
yeah.
The combat looks great. The weapons look great. I love how the HUD is kind of on your back, just like in Dead Space.
Yep.
Looks like there's some more melee combat in this one than there is in Dead Space, which is really cool. And yeah, we didn't see much. We just saw like a couple of gruesome deaths.
Yeah.
That were pretty gross, but
yeah. It's a gross looking game. It's pretty much Dead Space and like a Dead Space replica, but hey, I love Dead Space, so I'll take it. We got a look at the campaign for Modern Warfare 2, and let's move on. What are your thoughts on that? Like,
I don't have any thoughts.
I don't understand. Like, they literally every time they show a campaign for Call of Duty, it's always the same. It just looks the same.
It starts with stealth mission, and then it ramps up, and then it has like a cut of like a super cut of different missions, and that's it.
And like nobody plays Call of Duty like that. Like they just run through it and just like they were doing like all slow and methodical. Like nobody plays Call of Duty like that.
That slow.
Yeah, and I get it. You're supposed to build the suspense, but like literally ever since they showed off like I think Modern Warfare like 1 maybe or Call of Duty 4. I think that had like one of the best like showings with that all gillied up mission. But ever since then, it's just been kind of the same stealth mission, and it just doesn't look
Has not changed.
new. So I think I'm done with Call of Duty unless it comes to Game Pass. I will probably skip this one like I've skipped all the other ones.
I was wondering that today if the Activision games will eventually come to Game Pass.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure
they will, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, good for people that love Call of Duty, but it just didn't look. I mean, like graphically wise, it looked, of course, great, but yeah.
What else we got?
We got that game Fort Solace, which is like it's got Troy Baker and
the space,
Arthur.
the space game.
Yeah, there was a bunch of space games in the show. It was like 50% like horror games. I don't really remember it outside of seeing Troy Baker and Roger Clark, who played Arthur Morgan. And no, I don't know that off the top of my head. I'm literally reading it from the list.
I was about to say, man, you really know your stuff.
Let's see. They showed off a trailer for Outrider World Slayer, which I'm interested in. Goat Simulator 3. That looks like stupid fun.
That Dead Space, or not the Dead Space, the Dead Island trailer.
Yeah.
That was a good riff off of that.
That was good.
And it made me look up if there was actually Goat Simulator 2. There was not.
So it's just called Goat. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even get that.
To 3. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That's hilarious. But fitting. Let's go to the list. They showed off Marvel Midnight Sun, which is I don't know. Is it?
It's like a tactical game. Right?
Yeah, it's like a tactical
strategy
game. We got another look at Cuphead: The Last Course DLC coming at the end of the month.
That's also June 30th, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
That it is.
Wow.
We got to look at and a release date for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge coming to Game Pass. 6-player co-op, which is kind of wild. Let's see. We got another look at that Metal Hellsinger game, like the Doom style, like music game, which
like the
rhythm game. It looks really cool.
Yeah, that one looks good.
We got a Saints Row Boss Factory demo, like showing off like the created character for that.
Right.
Layers of Fear, which I think is it a reimagining of Layers of Fear? I don't think it's like a proper sequel.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was a new game.
I think it's like a reimagining, like surprising new story and gameplay direction. So I don't know.
So this is the game that Bloober team is working on.
Yeah, unless I know it was a rumor for them to be working on Silent Hill, but maybe I don't know. Maybe they still are. Who knows? It was never confirmed, but that was like the big rumor. We got to look at Gotham Knights again. It's coming out October 25th. And then they ended it on The Last of Us. We got to look like a screenshot of the show, which I'm excited for. I'm excited to see Pedro Pascal playing Joel.
The show. Yeah.
The show. Yeah. The show. Yeah. And then they announced, which leaked, in which you could tell Neil Druckmann was very irritated that it leaked online. Mm-hmm. You could definitely tell in his demeanor on the stage, but Last of Us Part 1 remake. So they're rebranding it as Part 1, which it makes sense, right? Whatever. Nick, I'm going to ask you, do we need 3 games in under 10 years for The Last of Us?
The objective answer is no. We do not. It does not need to be released 3 times. It doesn't need to come out for $70. This should have been a PlayStation Plus game. And honestly, they shouldn't have wasted their resources on this game. And I'm saying this as a fan of Sony, as a fan of their IP, as a fan of their games, their single player games. I respect them, yada yada.
Yeah.
Why? What is the point? What is the point of replaying this game for a third time on a third console? This game originally came out on the PS3. It was whatever, remastered like 2 years later for the PS4.
A year later. It came out a year later. Yeah.
A year later. And now we're getting a remake.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Maybe if they wanted to, for the 10-year anniversary, have that ready to go. I get that. It doesn't need to be $70. I just think that's just too much. I understand. They're kind of building it up. It's going to have a lot better gameplay to match The Last of Us 2. I understand that. I just, for $70, I really hope PlayStation fans and other fans too kind of meme this thing into being getting added to the PlayStation tier, because I think that would be perfect. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just kind of wild to me, but I don't know.
I think it will. I think it will get added, and it might have actually shown up in the marketing, like a marketing photograph for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
So it could eventually come to PlayStation Plus, but yeah, this is just, it's weird. And of course it's been rumored for a long time that this is happening, and all that stuff, but they could have just been working on a new game.
Yeah, and I'm sure, and they are. There's another team. I know it's probably wasn't a huge chunk of their team that was working on this, but
right.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I love Sony. I love PlayStation. I love Naughty Dog, but I don't know. I feel like they're starting to get like something up their ass about their games, and I don't know if we need this thing for a third time, but it don't come after me. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. It's just a little bit too much.
The PlayStation fanboys are going hard this week in the worst possible way.
Yeah, which again, we have all the consoles. I don't have a PS5 yet, but I will get one eventually. And I play everything. Like, again, I love The Last of Us Part 1 and 2. I think they're both some of the greatest games ever made. But come on, I don't know. $70, and there's a $100 edition with I don't know. There's
a $100 edition.
There is, yeah. It comes with like the comic, a couple comics, and I think it's Steelbook or something like that, and then a whole bunch of I don't know, in-game items and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for those people that actually want this, and maybe are just a bigger fan of Last of Us that eat this stuff up. People had the same argument whenever they announced Skyward Sword, and it's a $60 game. It's $10 more than it was 10 years ago,
and it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, and I don't think it should have been $60 either. We talked about that, but this is $70, and this game released 9 years ago. So
to be fair, Skyward Sword released in 2011.
Yeah, so it was over.
That was the only remaster that it got.
Exactly. So I could understand that, but. Mm-hmm. But we still gave that argument as well, that maybe should it be should it be $60? Should Link's Awakening be $60? I don't know. They're the remakes, remasters, but
we'll be asking ourselves the same question when Metroid Prime remake.
Yeah,
it's $60 when whatever 2D Zelda comes out, and that's $60.
Yeah, and I think the argument of maybe $60 is. But again, this is the third time that we've had this game, and it's more expensive than ever. Yes, it includes the DLC, but it's still, I just think it's a whole lot, but I don't know.
Well, with that being the closer, how would, on a scale of A to F, how would you rate the Summer Games Fest showcase?
Maybe a C, maybe a high D, low C. I think it was too long. I think 2 hours plus, and half of it was ads. I appreciate what Jeff does for the game industry and how he's kind of taken over, E3 and stuff like that. And I think there's also room to criticize. I think the ads are too much. I think the audience that's watching your show knows about all these games that you're having advertisements for. All of your, whatever, Warframe. I don't know if Warframe was there, but your Valorant, your Warframe, all that stuff. People already know about that stuff. So I don't really understand. And I understand you got to make you got to make the money to support the stream, and I'm sure having The Rock there promoting his energy drink. We didn't talk about that. It's like okay, he had an ad for Black Adam, and then his energy drink, and he was like, you know what, guys, I'm going to be working out in the gym. I'm giving you one take. Here's my phone. Here you go. So I'm sure that paid for like a majority of like the ad revenue for the show. But
yeah, and normally I like The Rock, but that was weird.
It's forced, man. And I feel like it's been continually worse with some of Jeff's shows. There's a lot of weird, cringy, more so cringy. Like, I know like the video games industry can be pretty cringy sometimes, but
cringe, yeah.
But it's getting pretty cringy with his stuff. So, and Jeff before the show, he tweeted out, hey, have your hype checked. So I'm like, all right, well, if he's saying that, and then when we ended it on The Last of Us, I was like, yeah, they really didn't have that much stuff to show, which is fine. Because we got plenty of stuff with everybody else. So as a show, yeah, I'm probably going to say about a D. I thought it was just too long for what it was. You could have done half the show with a few ads or whatever, and then I would have been fine. But again, not my show. You gotta support it. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd give it a very hard D. I think that I don't know what Summer Games Fest is trying to be, because it's existing in a vacuum where we already have a PlayStation showcase, an Xbox showcase. We have the Capcom show. We have, the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed showcase. We have, probably a Nintendo Direct coming up somewhat soon. We had Default for Digital. We had a bunch of other stuff. So is Summer Games Fest showcase just a catch-all for stuff that's kind of like so nebulous that it doesn't make the cut anywhere else? Like, things like Goat Simulator 3, like that was one of the bigger like new announcements. And then things like Callisto Protocol which we already knew about, but we got some gameplay of. Maybe Xbox couldn't get a deal with them to have Callisto show up at their showcase, and I just don't know what purpose it serves.
I think you're exactly right, because like with the Game Awards, that makes sense to me, because there's not.
It's a middle ground. It's a middle point.
Yeah. So that makes sense to me, because you have the celebration of gaming, and then you have all these companies jumping in, throwing in their trailers and stuff. This, you're right. It doesn't make sense. It feels like the odd man out in this big grand scheme of showcases and events that all these other publishers are kind of surrounding it. So I guess maybe it's just like kind of like he does like the Gamescom, like the opening night, like he'll have like a few announcements here, kind of trickled out through the show. And then the main stuff is the showcases and the developers hopping in. So that makes more sense to me. But again, like it feels a little bit out of touch with what gamers want to see, and just throwing in all the random ads, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And I don't have to watch it. I understand that I can go back, but it's still fun to watch.
Right. And like when you think of E3 and what it has been and kind of what it is now, like that kind of showcase has never existed. There's never been a middle ground, and I don't think we need one. I think there's like enough marketing deals and games for each publisher, each developer to kind of have their own respective showcase and include those like odd man out games. Like Callisto could have been a part of Xbox. Goat Simulator could have been, I don't know, it could have been an Xbox as well. It could have been a PlayStation. Like, there's
anywhere.
Yeah, so many options. So, yeah, I'd give it a hard D.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it was still, like I said, it was still fun. It's still fun to experience, and it is what it is. All right. So, what do you want to? Talk about the Devolver Digital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
It was good. I mean, they always kill it with like their live action like skits and stuff. And just making fun of like countdowns and stuff. Like that was absolutely hilarious. Countdowns to countdown to marketing. Yeah, it's funny. I'm trying to remember outside of
I have 5 here that I wanted to touch on.
Pretty sure there's only 5 games announced, right?
There might have only been 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 5. So yeah, go ahead, because you've got that pulled up here.
Okay. Cult of the Lamb.
Yep.
That was that. I don't really know what kind of, is it kind of like a dungeon crawler / town builder?
That's what it looked like to me. Yeah, that's the vibes I was getting.
Yeah, this one looked pretty cool. Like I liked the like kind of like art style and aesthetic and kind of like theme of this game. But
yeah,
it's very like devilish, very cultish in nature, and that's coming out later this year. We got to look at Skate Story, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked pretty rad.
Don't you play as like a demon? He's trying to
something like that.
I don't know, man. You play as like a skateboarding demon, and you're skating around trying to come back to life, something like that. It's very like Chrome.
Yeah,
like kind of like that. Yeah, kind of Chrome looking. I don't even know how to explain it, but
yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting art style.
So yeah, a skateboarding fantasy game that casts you as a demon made of glass.
Yeah,
risking it all to skate through a dangerous underworld. So it looks super cool. Got another look at Card Shark. Harrison, did you ever play any more of that demo?
No, I have not played it at all. I gotta check it out. I got it downloaded in radio. I need to check it out and play it.
Nice. That's a game where you're essentially cheating at card games.
Okay.
To earn money and kind of
Interesting.
like make your way through the ranks. We got a look at a game called Angerfoot, which is like that stylistic game where you're doing combat with your feet, pretty much. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
very cartoony and yeah, very very interesting looking game. I don't know if I'd pick it up, but
okay, yeah. I see it. Okay, I remember that one.
And then let's see what else. I think last on the list is Plucky Squire, which might be my most anticipated game.
That game looks absolutely incredible. It's definitely gives like It Takes Two vibes with just the way the way you're walking around and like working in the environment. And I was already intrigued when it was just the storybook stuff, and then when you pop out. That's probably, you're right. I think that's probably my most anticipated. That game looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, for those who haven't seen it, you start out with like a 2D storybook, and your character is like running through this physical book in a 2D space, and then at the end of the trailer, your character pops out of the 2D book, and it's suddenly a 3D world, and you're kind of like, it looks like you're in a house. And you're just like this small character in a house, and then it has those like Mario Odyssey moments where you merge into the wall, and you're like battling on a mug or something like that, and then you pop back out into the 3D space. And this looks really really cool. I think it's coming to every platform. It's coming to Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. So that's a 2023 game. But it
looks incredible.
Yeah, this looks
really super good. I know there's like the PC Gamer Show and some other stuff. Netflix had a show where they showed off a bunch of stuff. I think I watched it. Jeff Keighley co-hosted it, and he did not look happy to be there at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just looked kind of miserable. It was actually funny.
What would you give Devolver Digital? 8F. I know it's a short one. It's hard to rank.
I would probably say like a high B. I thought it was there's some interesting games being shown, and I'll probably check out all of them if I'm able to.
Short and sweet. They really didn't put too much fat around the bone. So
no, I thought it was good. What about you?
Yeah, I would say like the low B.
Okay,
pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
All right. Aside from those like smaller showcases, I think the next one was Xbox and Bethesda.
Yep. Yeah, right now I think this is probably my show of the fest. I thought it was, and not me just being an Xbox fanboy, because I'm absolutely not, but I just thought it was a genuinely good show. They had kind of everything for everyone. Yes, there were a couple of games in there that weren't too appealing, but I mean, you can't have like huge bangers like all the time. Right. I know a lot of people were upset that they didn't get like new announcements, like stuff that's post like the latter half of 2023. But they said that they said this is what to expect.
The expectation, yeah.
So I don't. I mean, that's like you go on YouTube and you watch like a Nintendo Indie Direct and everyone's spamming "We want Zelda." Like, no, it's not happening.
And I think this is a response to like both them and Sony's presentations back when the Series X and the PS5 were coming out, and they showed all of these games that were coming over like the next generation, which we didn't know that at the time. But it's coming over the next generation. They showed like Hellblade and Avowed, and like PlayStation showed like Final Fantasy 16 and some other games that haven't come out yet. But this is like, hey, these games exist. They're almost here. They're coming within 12 months. And I would say the biggest part of that, Hollow Knight Silksong is coming out within the next 12 months, baby.
We know that for sure. We know that for sure. I think we were both like pretty not only happy, but pretty surprised to see it at the showcase. We thought for sure it would pop up in a Switch. And it's coming to Game Pass. Right. I'm sure when we get a direct, Silksong will probably show up. And maybe we'll even get a release date or who knows? Probably not a release date. But yeah, let's just talk about some highlights of the show of what we liked. If there's anything we disliked, but overall, I thought it was a pretty solid show. They started off hot with Redfall. When they announced that last year, I was kind of on the edge with it. I wasn't, and I still haven't played the Back 4 Blood, but I kind of wasn't feeling the vibe. And what they showed off here, I'm in. I definitely want to play it and check it out.
It looks very playable in single player as well as like with Party of 4. So I think I think that is more appealing to me than Back 4 Blood, which pretty much requires you to have 4 people. You can play with bots, but
it's not as fun.
Just not as fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this game showed really well.
Yeah, but like all the weapons and magic and items you had they all look super cool. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
definitely excited for
really good. And then of course we got Hollow Knight Silksong, which looks incredible and
looks like Hollow Knight.
Yeah, it looks like Hollow Knight, which is really good. But are you going to play this on Xbox or Switch?
That's what we briefly talked about on the show. Like, I don't know what the exclusive. I hope there's not like a timed exclusive thing with this, but
no, there wouldn't be because it was originally announced for PC and Switch.
Okay. I'll probably pick it up on Switch, to be honest, because like I really liked playing that game in handheld. But we'll see. I'll I may try it out on Xbox first and then pick it up on Switch or whatever the case is. But yeah. Plus, I want to see how it looks on the OLED too.
I almost picked one up the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah, I saw it in Target.
Nice.
I should have. Another highlight for me was High on Life.
That game looked awesome. Is it the writer behind Rick and Morty?
It's from the creators.
The creators. Okay.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, as you'd expect a game from the creators of Rick and Morty, this game looks just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like I don't know if it was the main character or one of the guns. I'm pretty sure it was whoever voices Morty. Yeah. Or
the kid.
The kid. Yeah, that's Morty, right? No, that's Rick.
Morty.
Morty. Yeah, Morty.
It's Morty. Yeah, it's Morty.
Yeah. Whoever voices Morty, I think is that.
It sounded very, very similar to Morty.
Morty.
Yeah, so that looks really good. Assuming there will be a lot of jokes and antics there.
Yeah, that looks so cool.
Another thing, I'm not super excited about this, but this is going to be huge for Game Pass. Is Riot Games
Yeah.
All of that stuff that's coming to Game Pass, like all the League of Legends characters, which has a value of like $700.
Yeah, I think they're
crazy.
probably banking on people are going to be spending a lot on like cosmetics and stuff. But yeah, that's huge. League of Legends and all their other Valorant, which I mean, I may. Well, it's not coming to Xbox. I don't think. I think it's just PC. But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's a pretty big get for Xbox. I think it's getting right in there.
Harrison, I know you were excited about Plague's Tale.
Yes, that I take that back. That's probably like maybe I don't know, man. I'm really excited for Hollow Knight. Yeah, Hollow Knight and Plague's Tale are like right there. I thought again, who hasn't played Innocence, Plague's Tale Innocence should definitely play it because this game just looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Looks incredible. Incredible.
We got the reveal of Forza Motorsport, and like most car racing games lately, this one visually looks incredible. I mean, looks like making use of that engine, and features ray tracing, realistic graphics, realistic damage to cars, and dynamic weather, all that stuff that you'd want from a racing game. I don't know where they can go from here. This looks incredible. Honestly, it looks really good.
Yeah, it does. I'll probably jump in and check it out, do a couple races, and then probably tap out. Just not a big racing guy. I spent the most ever with Horizon 5 when that launched last year, but yeah, damn, this thing looks incredible. Like just graphically wise, and I'm sure it plays beautifully too. So
yeah, I'm sure it plays great. Sorry, I was just looking through the list. There's a couple of like smaller titles.
What was the case of Bennett something?
Let me find that.
Or the last case of Bennett.
The last case of Benedict Fox.
Did we confirm if that's a Metroidvania or not?
It's a new story-focused Metroidvania game with a gothic art style.
Okay, yeah, I'm all in for that. That'll be a day one for me. That game looks visually it looks stunning. Yeah, it looks. I mean, you and I both love Metroidvania, so big fan.
Scorn. We got another look at Scorn, and that is coming October 21st. It looks absolutely disgusting.
I don't know about this one.
I think I'm going to play it. I don't know if I'm going to like it.
I'll definitely play it. I don't know. It doesn't look like super, like gameplay wise, like super interesting. I don't know.
It doesn't look like maybe it doesn't actually play that well. It's one of those games where it looks great in theory, but just doesn't play well.
We'll see. I'll play it. I mean, it's
Day One Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
We got some Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC.
I'm gonna jump back in for that for sure.
Yeah. This looks incredible. It's really good.
I think that was super smart because I know in Horizon 3 that was really well regarded, and I bet they had a lot of people fall off Horizon. So I think this is the perfect thing to bring people back in, playing. So yeah, that looks awesome. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. A few smaller titles. Grounded is finally coming out of early access in September.
Yep.
So that's adding a lot of new content. We got a nice look at Diablo 4.
I am super excited for Diablo 4 now.
This looks really, really good. I mean, I keep forgetting that Diablo 3 came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's been so long since that came out. But this one looks just light years beyond what Diablo 3 was.
Yeah, I mean, the art style is like super dark and dingy. We didn't even know it was Diablo. Like they even said like Necromancer and stuff, which is a new character apparently. But yeah, like graphically wise, it looks amazing. Like the open world, that it's got is awesome. Like the kind of hub areas where you can see your friends and other players and fight like world monsters and stuff is super cool. Like, yeah, this game looks amazing.
Yeah. And this is also coming out on Switch.
I don't know, man. Well, I mean, I could see it happening.
Yeah.
I could see it maybe working. Maybe cloud based with Xboxes.
Oh, God.
I don't know. We'll see.
And this is not a Game Pass game, right? I think this was just a trailer for.
Yeah, because they don't own them yet, so I don't think they'll. I'm sure it will. Once they acquire them, I think it'll definitely come to Game Pass.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another contractually obligated look at Sea of Thieves and Fallout 76, and
Sea had a charming little trailer. It was nice. Yeah, I kind of want to. I want to pop back in and see what it's about.
What's going
on? Yeah. Fallout 76 looked like Fallout 76. So
Elder Scrolls Online looks like Elder Scrolls Online, which at least that's consistent year to year.
That is true.
We know we're going to see those too. Another one we got to look at is Wolong Fallen Dynasty, which is the game from Team Ninja.
That one looks cool.
Yeah. This looks pretty cool. I think it's going to be similar to like a Neo type game. That's what we
thought. It was like a Neo 3 or something at first, but then it was something completely different. So yeah, that one looks really cool.
And this one's day one Game Pass.
Yep.
And then some of like the bigger announcements at the end, Persona 3, 4, and 5 are all coming to Xbox, with Persona 5 coming to Game Pass on October 21st, and the other ones have not been confirmed on when they're coming out. And then Hideo Kojima and Xbox are partnering up for a new game that's, I think this was kind of like rumored / leaked about a year ago, but it's going to use like the cloud architecture to, and I don't know what they're going to do with it.
Create something crazy. Yeah. And this game is probably like 3 years away. Like it's just started probably within the last 4 or 5 months. So very early, but still, yeah, I would like to see what he can do with the cloud to see what they create, see what he creates.
And then lastly,
he did confirm, by the way, that he still is in great relation with Sony. So it's not like this is, he's exclusive now to Xbox.
Yeah, so everyone just please calm down. It's crazy that he had to say that, because everybody was probably bitching at him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. How could you do this?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield. How do you feel about it now that we're a day after?
I'm really excited about it. I am a little cautious about them having 1,000 planets to explore. That just, it sounds like too much. There has to be some procedural generation going on, and with that comes procedural generation, which can lead to pretty drab.
It's confirmed because, like, in the demo, he said you can land at this city, this hub or whatever, but you can also fly into the planet at any point, any direction, right?
That's kind of what he confirmed or alluded to. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you have free flight on a planetary level. Like, I don't know if you could fly from space.
Yeah.
By it, like, manually or by yourself. I don't know if you can fly from space to the planet like you can in No Man's Sky. And that's just the comparison that I'm thinking of. But
yeah, I mean, that's the comparison it's getting. It's like Fallout mixed with No Man's Sky. Yeah, that would be something I would like to hear more about, because yeah, you're right, because it's not procedurally generated and every world is handcrafted, 1,000 planets plus. You're probably going to give and take, and that's fine. Not every single planet needs to be jam-packed full of content and missions and stuff. Like, there are going to be worlds that just don't have much, so that's fine. But yeah, that does worry me a little bit, that maybe the scope is more than, a little bit greater than what it should be.
Yeah. And maybe they have it all figured out. Maybe maybe there are planets that are intentionally bare, or some planets that are just intentionally resource heavy.
Yeah.
And don't have a lot of wildlife or like agriculture or anything like that. But yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to strike that balance, because like with a game like No Man's Sky, like everything is procedurally generated. They have, theoretically they have billions of planets. But this one, it's a smaller scope, which means, these could be handcrafted worlds.
They could be. They could absolutely be. I mean, they've taken a long time with this game. So yeah, I mean, I'm like you said, like I'm cautiously optimistic about it. Like the fact that we can, build our own spaceships, have our own crew. Like this game seems wild, and it's exactly what I wanted when they said it's it's a Skyrim in space, right? Like that's what I want, and be able to create the Serenity from Firefly, or build like the Razor Crest from Mandalorian, and being able to like get something similar to that, or just your own wild idea is awesome, and it seems very intricate. And I'm excited for like also just the stories and stuff that you come across. Like, can we blow up a planet? Like, is there some like Death Star style like weapon that you've come along and you have that, like, in Fallout 3, you can blow up a city or, nuke the town. So like, what craziness can you do in this vast solar system? So I'm excited. I'm very pleased about what I saw. Again, cautiously optimistic. I know there will be that Bethesda jank that we're used to with all their other games, and that's fine. So
the frame rate is obviously,
that's probably the biggest concern, right?
Yeah. I mean, and granted, it's probably not coming out for another 10 months, but they have time to work on it. And aside from that, I think it looked great. I think the character models looked really good, for what it's worth, and the planets and the variety of landscapes and planets that they showed off looks really cool. And I don't know, I'm excited. It's going to be one of those huge games, kind of like Elden Ring or Breath of the Wild, where you're talking to your friends and you're like, oh, I went to this one planet and this one shot my head off or something, or I whatever random story you can think of.
I'm excited. I think there is probably a possibility that this could get delayed again, and maybe not come out until maybe holiday of next year. But I think on the opposite end, I think Redfall, like that game looked ready to go.
They showed off with like a lot of like gameplay for that.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely going to come at some point in the first half, like they said. But I think that this could potentially get delayed just to buff out those bugs. But hopefully maybe this time next year we'll be playing the game of the year. We don't know yet. So potential game of the year. There's Zelda.
There's also
next year's going to be freaking crazy, dude. Like
maybe if God of War gets pushed, that's going to be.
I still think God of War is getting pushed, but we'll see. I would like for it not to be, just so we have something coming out at the end of the year. But Callisto Protocol, that coming out December 1st.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that that's going to get pushed as well.
Yeah, so we'll see. We shall see.
It's like the only Q4 or the only like late in the year game that we know about.
Yep. And they're still Nintendo. We still don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, Harrison, how would you rate this presentation?
I thought I liked it a little bit better than the Devolver Digital. So if we're going by the rule of thumb, I'm probably gonna give it like an A- or like a B+.
I would definitely agree.
I thought it was a solid one of the best showcases for Xbox, and we're finally getting some first party games, Nick. We haven't had a lot, and so
for them finally.
I'm excited for Xbox's games coming up and what they have for the future. Finally ready to get past all these COVID delays and stuff like that. And then hopefully next year, then we can start to see these crazy announcements of like, okay, this is what we'll see in like 2 or 3 years, but here's some crazy shit. Here's Fable. Here's Elder Scrolls 6. Here's, whatever. So.
Yeah. And where was Hellblade?
Yeah, I think that's probably like a holiday next year game, to be honest. If it wasn't here.
They showed that game way too early.
They did, yeah. I mean,
for what that game is, like,
yeah, I don't know. Like the last showing of it looked incredible. So, I mean, I'm I'm good with waiting for that game. But yeah, it was weird that it wasn't there because I thought that it looked pretty good the last time we saw it. So
yeah. Of all the games, I thought that one or Avowed would be there, but we got enough. We got a lot of games.
Yeah. Anything that you were disappointed that you didn't see from the Game Fest? I mean, that's like you said, that's just a culmination of like everything for this one, for the Xbox showcase. What did you miss?
I missed Halo. I wish they had shown some sort of semblance of progress for.
Oh, you got it. You got it in Flight Simulator. We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah,
which I want to try.
We got the Pelican in Flight Simulator, so that's cool. So that's the only Halo content that we got. I was hoping they would show some progress in Forge, co-op, maybe some story DLC, and then any like future roadmaps. But we didn't see anything. And then, I'm not disappointed that it wasn't there. But Gears of War 6 or Gears 6.
Yeah, I was hoping that they would. I knew they would end on Starfield, of course, but I was hoping that they would show off a glimpse of Gears 6, but maybe they're just like I said, it's gonna be what's coming out in the next 12 months. So Gears 6 is probably either holiday of next year or beyond.
Oh gosh, yeah, probably even beyond that if they haven't shown it yet or talked about it.
So yeah, I think I'm on the same page. I would like to see Gears. Fable, I want to see what the heck Fable is, but again, that's probably a couple of years off at this point. And then Halo, of course, like I want to see what they got more for campaign, but I think we talked about before, if they were to show off campaign DLC without putting co-op out first, I think that's kind of a kick in the nuts. Yeah, kick in the nuts for the gamers that are ready for that co-op. But I think they're doing the flight test for co-op next month in July. So at least that's coming. So, but yeah. Overall, I thought it was a very, very good show and a good showing of what's to come for Xbox.
Yeah, give me a lot of hope for the next 12 months.
Yep. Let's talk about Capcom. They had a show today.
Just happened.
Yeah. They showed more Street Fighter 6. Monster Hunter Sunbreak looks. I might have to pick this up. It did its job. The showcase did its job because I was on the fence, or not really on the fence. I wasn't even thinking about it, and then I saw this and I was like, "Man, this looks really cool." But as someone who's played Monster Hunter Rise, I mean, how'd you like? I mean, we've already seen Sunbreak, of course, but are you just more excited for it?
I would say so. Yeah. I'm just excited to play this. I'm excited to have a reason to jump back into Monster Hunter. Yeah. Got all the way to the end, got to the 7-star hub quests, and played a little bit after that, but didn't really get into like the end game too much. And that's mostly doing like multiplayer stuff, like co-op hub quests. So I didn't get too much into that, but I really, really, really enjoyed just playing that game. It's so satisfying. The monster hunts were just absolutely incredible. And I love the grind of, you need this armor part that's based off of this monster. We'll go kill this monster and try to get that armor part, and then kind of repeating that cycle. So really excited for this expansion. And they showed off like that new area of the jungle, which is coming from Monster Hunter 2, based off of what they said. Yeah, it was like a fan favorite, reimagining or something of the of a level or something like that, or an area. This looks fun.
Yeah, and then what else did we get before we jump into Resident Evil? Was there anything else in between that?
They just showed that Street Fighter collection.
Yeah.
I feel like they showed something else. Or was it just Monster Hunter? Oh no, they showed Exo Dino.
Oh yeah. That horde wave looking like dino game. Looks interesting. It looks like it could be rough around the edges right now. I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, I think I said on this stream, I think it would be a perfect Game Pass game. just to get people in there and playing and stuff like that. Of course, we'll say that about any game, right?
Every game's a perfect game.
Of course, for it. Exactly. But yeah, Resident Evil. Let's start with. I guess we'll start with Resident Evil 4. We got another look at the at some actual like 15 seconds of gameplay, which is weird, but
it did confirm that you can move and shoot.
Yeah, which they said like it's if you're familiar with the controls from 2 and 3, you can move and shoot. So that makes sense. So that's gonna be fun to play that game like in modern controls than the tank the tank-esque controls it was in the original. But yeah, that game looks incredible. I cannot wait to play it in March next year.
It looks a lot darker, a lot grimier, a lot scarier. Like compared to the intro for, OG Resident Evil 4, like that had like a lot of like light browns.
Yeah.
And kind of like, I don't know, very like canyon-esque. Looks like, mountain canyon. Whereas in this one, it's dark, man. Like it's night. It is nighttime.
Yeah, nighttime. Scary. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be a pretty freaky game. But yeah, and then Resident Evil Village. We got
a lot of stuff.
We got the gold edition that's coming out in October. I tried to look on the store to see if they had it available yet, and it's not, because I wanted to see what like the actual expansion cost versus the new game. Right. But they're adding a third-person mode to Resident Evil, which is kind of awesome. I'll definitely I'll at least go through and play it a little bit. I don't know if I'll play it through it again. They added new mercenary modes where you can play as Lady D.
You can play as Mommy
Milky. And then and then you can play as Heisenberg too. But they have like their powers and stuff, which is cool.
It looks pretty rad.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna jump into that and play it. And then we got the Shadow of Rose DLC.
Yeah. It's set 16 years after the events of Resident Evil Village. You're playing as Ethan's daughter, Rose. And she's like struggling with controlling her powers. So she goes into the mind of the, what is it called?
Megamycete.
Yeah. the Megamycete.
It's all mumbo jumbo.
Right. So that's why she's kind of back in the castle.
Yeah.
And
that's where he originated. Yeah, it looks cool.
And this one's third person.
Yeah, that one, strictly third person.
Yep.
So yeah, a lot of stuff. I imagine it'd probably be like a $30 expansion, something like that. Maybe 40. I don't know how long.
I don't think it'd be 40.
Yeah, typically Resident Evil DLC stuff isn't long. Like it's pretty short. But either way, I'm super excited to jump back into Village. That was such an incredible experience, and to be able to experience it in a new way is even cooler.
Yeah, I have such fond memories of that game. I so much enjoyed my time with it. I really loved it.
Yeah. And then they ended it with Resident Evil 2, 3, getting the
next
current gen boost, whatever, next gen update you want to call it, Series X PS5 boost. So that is available today. I started downloading it earlier to check it out, but yeah, I don't think they added anything to this game. They just upraised it. All that stuff.
Yeah, so added like ray tracing and increased frame rate, all that.
Yeah,
all that current gen stuff,
Yeah, I kind of wish that. I think you mentioned adding the third person to Resident Evil 7 would be cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But it's all right.
It's probably harder to work out than we think.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But yeah, I thought it was a really good show. I mean, it was pretty short, 35 minutes. It was Capcom games, right? I mean, there wasn't
but you can't expect.
Yeah,
can't expect too much. I would give it like a B-.
I would too. I think it was a solid show. I know people probably wanted like Devil May Cry and some other stuff, but
they set expectations going in. I think that was a good thing.
Yeah,
and they teased that the Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, the 10th anniversary thing.
16th, I think. Yeah, so we might see something there. We might see a sequel, or I don't know. I'm sure there will be something for Dragon's Dogma fans at that event. So,
and then we got the extended showcase tomorrow for Xbox. We got the Ubisoft today announced. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it seems like kind of late, to announce
hey guys,
something.
We're here too.
Hey guys, Assassin's Creed. That's coming tomorrow. I don't know what time it is. I think it's like a 1 Eastern time, something like that. But it's an Assassin's Creed like look, right? Maybe they'll show off like Assassin's Creed Infinity, like the rumored live service Assassin's Creed game. And then maybe some other stuff. I don't know. Maybe some more DLC for Valhalla or something.
Did they finish all their DLC for that game?
Yeah, I think Ragnarok came out, so I think or has it come out yet? I'm pretty sure it did.
Probably.
So yeah, who knows? But and then Nick, where the heck is Nintendo at?
Well, we thought it was going to be this week. Us and all the other leakers out there who said, "Oh, it's the 15th," and then once one person says it's the 29th, everyone's like, "We can confirm it is the 29th." It got pushed. No, it didn't get pushed. It didn't get delayed. It was always going to come out on the 29th or the 28th or whenever it's going to come out. It does not get delayed. These things don't get delayed unless something catastrophic happens. It just doesn't happen.
No. Yeah, I think
these leakers are full of shit.
Yeah, I think people are just looking at the history of Nintendo and be like, okay, their directs have always been on between June 13th and June 16th. So obviously in between that. So I still think it's a possibility, but I also, people are saying the 29th now. So I don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, I want it,
And I can't help but listen to it, when someone says the 29th, I'm like, well, it's probably going to be the 29th. If someone saying it's going to be the 29th.
Yeah.
But they're all full of it.
Yeah.
I hate, I've been starting to hate leakers because it just ruined like Last of Us remake Last of Us Part 1 that ruined the presentation, even though that wasn't a good thing to end on.
I don't mind leakers when they leak like the announcement of like a direct, but I just don't want to know what's in it necessarily. I mean, I do kind of want to know what's in it, but also like I do want to be genuinely surprised.
I don't want to see something and be like, oh, that's the thing that the leaker was talking about.
Yeah.
Like how Kirby and the Forgotten Land got leaked like 2 hours before the presentation.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to leak something,
do it like a week in advance or something.
Don't just leak it, a minute before the presentation starts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I want it. I want the direct. I want to know what's going on. I want to know. Yeah. I just want to know.
I just want to see Metroid Prime 4. It's been 5 years since the reveal of the logo.
I would just take
have an updated logo.
Yeah, I would just take a Metroid Prime remake and then a remaster, and then hey, here's a very quick shot of like, I don't know, something from Prime 4, something like that.
If they don't show it this year, it's canceled in my mind. I'm serious, dude. Like 5 years, really 5 years. You should.
When was it? Was it shown off in 2017?
Is shown off the summer of 2017, the summer after the Switch launched.
Wow.
They showed the logo. They said it was in development. Then they restarted development in January of 2019. So it's been over 3 years since that. Haven't seen anything from that.
Oh, they talked about it last year. They said Metroid Prime is 4. They said it's still in development.
Great.
But here's Metroid Dread. I bet you we'll get a Dread 2 before we get Prime 4.
I bet we do.
Which I'll take it.
Sorry, they need to talk about this game. Two Kirby games have come out since they've talked about this game. Do you know how long that is?
Like the video game industry is like so notoriously secretive about every little thing, and Nintendo is like
just the worst
out of them all. And it's fun to speculate, but at some point, like, I just tell me, just give me like a trailer and be like, it'll be coming in next year or something, or just some confirmation, like beyond a logo.
I swear to God, if we have a direct and this direct is focusing on the games that are coming out in 2022,
I will rage,
dude. I'm gonna rage. I don't care. I don't care if Metroid Prime 4 comes out in 2023. I don't care if it comes out in 2024. You got to show something.
Yeah, because I mean, I think Nintendo, like, they're in a good spot. Like, they have Splatoon coming out. They got Xenoblade 3 coming out. They've got, we know probably Bayonetta is coming out this year. We just got to have a locked in date for that. We've got Pokemon. So we've got a lot. Like, Nintendo has had like the best year out of all the, the companies, I think. So yeah, I think that they'll probably show off some Splatoon and some little stuff, but they've got to show off some stuff later on in the year. I don't need to see Breath of the Wild 2. I know they'll have like their own blowout direct for that.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to show it.
But I want to see Metroid Prime 4. I want to see some other stuff that they've got cooking up. I want to have a new Zelda game this year, whatever that is. But I don't know about that. But I just want to see what else they got going on. I get so passionate about Nintendo.
I think I'm just pissed because the direct isn't happening this week.
You never know, Nick. High hopes. It could be 10 o'clock tomorrow, and they announce it for Wednesday.
You gotta have high hopes for a living.
Yeah. Don't panic, man. Don't panic. Yeah. I think where Xbox focused on the stuff coming out this in the next 12 months, which is smart because they haven't had anything really. I think Nintendo needs to do the opposite of that and show us a little bit about what's going on and everything else in the
pipeline.
Yeah.
There's not you don't need to waste too much time showing off Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for the, actually they just announced that this year, but you don't need to waste too much time showing off that. You don't need to show off Splatoon 3 too much. Just just give us that, Metroid remake, Metroid Prime remake, Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3, show that off some more. That's coming out this year, you said, but
good.
Show Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah, I would love to see Mario and Rabbids. We'll see. If they don't announce the direct tomorrow, do they have? This is digging deep, but do they have a specific date where they announce directs? Like a day in the week?
It's normally Tuesday or Wednesday because the directs are normally Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, so there's chance. There's a chance. Yeah. So
at least we don't have to ask for Hollow Knight anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We got to look at it. We still have a release date, but we know like a time frame, so that's better than nothing. Yeah.
Just fired up, man. Fired up about Nintendo.
Yeah, just put it out, man. Just put the direct out right now. Just throw it out there. It's ready.
Just press the publish button and let's get on with it,
Yeah. It's pre-recorded. It's not live. What are you doing? Yeah. I think we're excited, but I think we're just frustrated because we know it's there. We know it's on the tip, and we're just ready.
I just know it could be an epic presentation, but just don't know if it's going to happen.
I think we literally say it every time, but like, is it the hypest presentation or direct ever at this point?
It's just so hyped because it's supposed to be happening right now. It's supposed to happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here we are.
Here we are
speculating.
I'm tired of speculating. I want to know the direct's coming, and then we could speculate on what we think is going to be there officially. So,
and then I want to react to it.
Yeah.
God,
all right.
Too much to ask.
Yeah. We'll see.
Let's stop before I start yelling.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely. Whatever happens, we'll cover it and talk about it and all that fun stuff. Any last thoughts on the Summer Game Fest? It's not over yet. The Summer Game Fest as a whole so far.
It's kind of been a mixed bag. I think it's just a weird thing. Like Summer Game Fest is just a weird thing because it's almost like Jeff Keighley's just like, you're mine, you're part of this, you're part of it, you're not you. You are. It's just kind of random. It's
everybody kind of runs their own shows, but it's like an overall Summerfest thing. So I think it's cool. I'm glad it's here. Don't get me wrong. Like we need this in this time frame. I know E3 mentioned something about doing something next year. I know Jeff has already mentioned they're doing Summerfest next year with
that's gonna be weird.
Yeah, with live with like in person event stuff. So we'll see about that. More stuff, the better, I guess. But yeah, I mean, either way, it's been a good week. I've enjoyed all the stuff that they shown off. We got a lot of great announcements, reshowings of games, showings of games, whatever you want to say. So I'm excited. I know sometimes we're a little negative, but it's a lot of positive.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. We're just angry at Nintendo right now. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's not about Game Pass. It's about Nintendo, which isn't a part of Game Pass. Pass, so it's fine.
Let's see. Although Jeff tomorrow will be like, "Hey, there's a direct here. He's part of Game Pass." Oh, you son of a bitch! Yeah, great. What are you doing? But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the show, guys. We'll talk about probably some more stuff. Well, I will be in Florida next week.
Oh,
so we may not have a show.
Okay.
Yeah, and unless a direct happens this week, we may do like a show to fill the gap. Maybe that's all right. Depends.
Yeah.
If there's like a direct or something.
Yeah. But yeah, we can do like a. Yeah. Well, you're in Florida next week.
Yeah, next week. So we'll skip next week.
Okay.
Oh, aren't we supposed to guest appear on the 23rd? Do we know how they're going to be doing that? Because if I could always like Discord in or Skype, Zoom in or something like that. I don't know how their setup runs.
It'll probably be Discord.
Okay, then I can video conference in with my phone, or I'll probably bring my my tablet, so that'll be fine.
And that'll be like 8:30.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's on. I think it's on like next Thursday, right? Next Thursday. Yeah, that'll be fine. I can make that happen. So yeah, I think we'll skip our show this week or next week, and then come back the following week. Strong.
Unless we get a direct this week.
Yeah, if we get a direct like Wednesday, we'll do recording this something Wednesday night or Thursday night and put it up. But yeah, just I think probably just plan on not having anything next Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Nick, you want to shout out our socials?
Oh yeah. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that is Gaming WT Broscast. We'll be tweeting all the announcements and speculating for the Nintendo Direct. So look out for that. You can follow us right here on Twitch at Gaming with the Broscast. We go live pretty much every Monday at 8:30 p.m. EST, and we will not be live next Monday. So do not come to our channel then. Okay.
Do not come. Oh, we have a backlog of over 127 other episodes that you can certainly listen to.
Absolutely. So do come and watch those while we're gone.
Yeah.
Keep us company. You can follow us on TikTok at Gaming with the Broscasts. We just kind of post random clips, and if games come out that we like, we'll post clips of those games.
Yeah.
And what else can they follow us? Discord. You can follow the link in the description.
Yeah, we'll probably, when I get back from Florida, we'll probably set up some sort of like Q&A night, something like that, call-in style thing. We'll figure that out. Yeah.
Constantly getting pushed back.
Yeah.
We've had a lot going on.
We've had, yeah, specifically you, but.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. You got married, man. It's all good. And then you can, if you can follow me over on YouTube, I have not necessarily I did rebrand my channel, but I just go by my name. So just look up my name, Harrison Putnam, on YouTube. I'm going to try to put out a nice flow of content and do some live streams. I want to try and do like some sort of card game night, like live stream or something like that, with my wife. But I'll have to figure that out. But I think that'd be kind of cool. So I'm trying to figure out. But either way, I've been trying to push out a lot more content over on YouTube and stuff like that. So if you could follow me on there, I would love to get to 100 followers. That'd be or subs. Sorry, subs. Yeah, much appreciated. All that stuff all those links will be in the show notes. And then of course, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We would definitely love that.
Yeah, we love reading those reviews live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave us some silly reviews.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I know this was an extra long show, but we knew it would be extra long because of Game Fest and
good old Game Fest.
Yeah, Nintendo hatred right now. But we will see you guys. If not this week, definitely 2 Mondays from now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.